is I've been watching this and it's like, how do we solve this? What's the objective? The objective is to get health care for everybody at lower cost, right? No, I mean, that's the real objective. We'd like everybody to have access to health care. We'd certainly want to bring the costs down, do we not? I mean, that's what we want to do. I have a plan. I have a plan to give everybody health care and slash costs, and I don't need 1,000 pages of rationing. I don't need death panels. And Sarah Palin has rocked them with that one because she's dead right. They are death panels. I went back, I was reading Levin's book, Liberty and Tyranny, and he's got a story in there about a woman in Oregon. They've got death panels in Oregon. 9 states already have a version of Obamacare, and it's a disaster. And I'll share the details with that as the program unfolds. These are death panels, by the way. In Levin's book, Liberty and Tyranny, let me quote Barbara Wagner, diagnosed with a recurrence of lung cancer. Her doctors recommended a specific drug to help prolong and improve the quality of her life. However, Barbara Wagner's a resident of Oregon, and as a result, she's part of the state-run Oregon Health Plan. The state of Oregon refused Barbara Wagner's request for the drug since it does not cover drugs that are meant to prolong the life of individuals with advanced cancer. After all, when the Oregon Health Plan was established in 1994, it was expressly intended to ration health care to save money. But Oregon also legalized assisted suicide, and in an unsigned letter from the state of Oregon, Barbara Wagner was informed that the health plan would pay to cover the costs of a doctor to help her kill herself, but not give her the drug to prolong her life. She was not ready to have herself killed. However, it seems she had reached a dead end until the pharmaceutical company that invented the drug learned of her plight and stepped in to provide her the medicine free of charge. We already have Obamacare in several states. These death panels that, and Sarah Palin has doubled down on it, according to the Politico. She's now defended her claim that the Democrat health care proposal would create death panels in a statement Wednesday night, slamming Obama. And if you go to her Facebook page and you look at the notes, and you look at the things she wrote about death panels, it would seem to me that all of the inside the Beltway elites, from Peggy Noonan to Mort Kondracki to Charles Krauthammer to whoever the hell else, said she needs to educate herself on the issues. She needs to become more sophisticated. She needs to do some homework. Seems to me, if you go to her Facebook, she's done some homework on this health care bill. She has become an expert on Section 1233. She writes about, Politico writes about, she's doubling down. She's not backing down. She is doubling down, and this has got the White House in a defensive tizzy. But I would suggest that anybody who doubts her intellectual heft or her ability to learn and study, go to her Facebook page, look at the notes that she's taken, and it's right there, the study that she has done and engaged in order to learn about Section 1233. Now, this story in Oregon involving Barbara Wagner, again, it's in Mark Levin's book, Liberty and Tyranny, illustrates that they are death panels. And it's a great way to phrase these end-of-life counseling and so forth. There's no question that these expenses, these end-of-life expenses, are among the most costly, and they will be used to cut costs. But the thing that nobody's talking about is you don't have to be old for them to kick in. All you have to do is have a disease that the government says, it was not worth paying for this. Your advanced cancer, you could be 35 years old, and they can say, sorry. And that's where this is headed. When you boil all of this down, when you really synthesize everything Obama wants to do down, it comes down to this. Wants to put your medical records on Google, wants to have everybody be able to see them. He wants to take over control from Congress of deciding what Medicare and Medicaid will spend on who and on what. He wants the White House, he wants the executive branch to be making determinations of who lives and who dies, which will lead to the regulation of every lifestyle or life in this country. It's that, when you boil all the legalese and all of these 1,017 pages, you boil it down, Obama wants to run it. And the reason that he's not being specific about his plan is purely politically strategic, right out of the brain of David Axelrod, and I'll explain that to you and get to these funny audio sound bites when we come back. Sit tight.